So for those who have actually watched the Houston Rockets in Summer League action, number 3 overall pick, Reed Sheppard, has looked better than just about everybody on the court. What does that mean? Who knows? But you got to be pretty optimistic about what he's going to do with the Houston Rockets, not just from a shooting perspective, but also from a passing perspective, playing defense perspective, athleticism perspective, based off of the first couple of games he has played. You don't want to overreact too much to what you see in the Summer League. You don't want to be like the Rockets Kid Zone online, which gets way too excited about guys back in the day like Jayshawn Tate and KJ Martin because of brief highlights that they have. But it is always noteworthy when someone sucks in the Summer League. So, in a week where we heard that there are those with the Atlanta Hawks who have already said that they viewed Reed Sheppard as a Patrick Mahomes-esque prospect, but they took Zachary Rissache from France with that second overall pick. You could tell that some teams are already maybe thinking twice about who they took. It's early. But it's natural to have doubts like that, right? If Rissache is not playing very well and Reed Sheppard's looking very, very good, Rissache, maybe he's just raw. But you know who really looked raw last night? The number 1 overall pick for the Washington Wizards, Alex Sarr. This is an all-time terrible stat line that even Bronny James Jr. has been doing better than. And most people are not sure that Bronny James Jr. belongs in the NBA. Well, this is what the number 1 overall pick in this year's NBA draft did last night for the Washington Wizards. 0 points, 0 for 15 from the field, 0 for 7 from outside, and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. I mean, that is truly impressive. That is an 0 for 17, any kind of basketball shot night. He didn't make anything. And I'm assuming that if he took 2 free throws, he also missed the shot that he got fouled on. So, iconic. Things can only go up for Alex Sarr. I think it is important to remember that this is just the Summer League, that there were some rough moments for Victor Wembanyama last year when he first went into the league. I think I just butchered the pronunciation of his name. Whatever. They're French. They don't count. I think, though, that right now the Rockets clearly have the best pick of the 2024 NBA draft. And I think right now there's a very tremendous gap between Sheppard and the next best player in this year's draft. Because the guys who were taken ahead of him, oh my, it is causing regret in the case of the Atlanta Hawks. And just statistically, it's going to take all the remainder of the Summer League for Alex Sarr to make up for that dreadful performance. Sticking with the Houston Rockets, a couple other things of note over the last couple of days that we haven't been able to touch on. Jaylen Green's back to posting cryptic Instagram stories. Jaylen Green posted this on his Instagram story on July 7th. Remember the disrespect, period. Black background. What is he talking about? Is he talking about the disrespect that people showed him for much of last year in the NBA until he had that unbelievable March? Because that disrespect, no offense, Jaylen, was merited. Now, if you can use it as fuel, as a chip on your shoulder to get better as a player, to get more consistent as a player, that would be awesome. We're all hoping that happens. But I can't believe that there are people in life that think posting something on social media about all those who doubt them is a cool look, let alone a good look. I just think it makes you look insecure. Why does Jaylen Green care? Why does he care? He had a great month he's got to recapture that month. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to, but do you need to post this? How does it benefit you? It just makes you seem like somebody who cares about what other people think about him, the kind of person that's going to look up their name online. I've done it a couple of times myself. I have my own moments of insecurity, but I'm open about it. This is the mark of somebody who is insecure and who last year at times was privately DMing people who covered the team in a confrontational way. Not just one, but two. I hope he's past that, but posting that stuff on Instagram stories, come on, man. Who does that benefit? Dillon Brooks benefits me from a content perspective at all possible chances. And he's still pulling off his hardo routine. I don't know how many people have seen this at the Olympics, or I guess the build up to the Olympics on the basketball side of things. But I really hope he never changes. So there have been multiple moments where Team USA players have been doing interviews, and Dillon Brooks has walked in front of the cameras in the middle of those interviews for one, Devin Booker, which drew a side eye, but nothing more. And two, a look from Anthony Edwards when he did it to him. Anthony Edwards looked like he wanted to pull out a baseball bat and hit Dillon Brooks in the back of the leg. Just for a moment, just for a brief moment. And I got to say, while a lot of people get annoyed by this stuff that Dillon Brooks does, I love it. I love that he has not changed, that he still has this eye of the tiger, this weird desire to drive everyone else in the league crazy. I hope he keeps it up. I really do. I hope it never goes away, especially considering the Houston Rockets apparently tried to sign Patrick Beverly, my favorite Rocket ever. Move over, Hakeem Olajuwon. Patrick Beverly, greatest Rocket ever. Am I being sarcastic? I don't know. I'm kidding. I am being sarcastic. Patrick Beverly, second greatest Rocket ever. Paul, what about Moses Malone and Clyde Drexler and Calvin Murphy and all the other really great players over the time? No. Patrick Beverly. Number two. Why? Because Patrick Beverly, one, got Jeremy Lin out of my life. But two, Patrick Beverly is the kind of guy who's going to give it 100% all the time. Not just as a basketball player, but as a podcaster. What do we always say on this show? Always be podcasting. And Patrick Beverly, he's not going to join the Houston Rockets. He's not going to join the Detroit Pistons either. He just signed with Hapoel Tel Aviv, who's apparently spending big money in the Israeli basketball league. If that's what it's called. I'll be honest, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But he's going to Israel. And you guys might think to yourself, oh, no one wanted Patrick Beverly. Oh, he's just trying to dodge a 4-game suspension. Nope. Patrick Beverly understands what's at stake. His podcasting career. And Patrick Beverly is about to have some incredible takes on Gaza and the war. He's already talked all he can about basketball. It's time to take the podcast to another level. And that next level is talking about geopolitical conflict and a war, a conflict in the region that will never end. Patrick Beverly, he's playing chess. You're playing checkers. I can't wait for his first episode, which, by the way, has been announced. He's going to have Benjamin Netanyahu and a Hamas guy on at the same time. Yeah, it's already been announced. You can look it up. Just check the podcast. It's there. Trust me. It's there. Beverly's going to bring us world peace. Move over Yasser Arafat. Move over all the other people who were there over the years who may have been, in the way of peace. Move over presidents who would go over there for like a picture with the two leaders before everything would go to bleep again. Move over, everybody. Patrick Beverly, podcasting legend. He's going to play basketball in Israel and solve world problems in Israel.